Okey. Assalamualaikum. Apa khabar semua? Okey, ni nampak ni kan. Okey, selamat datang ke channel Cikgu Yati. Hari ni saya akan present tajuk Score A, how to get score A for your accounting subject. And harap semuanya telah bersedia untuk mengikuti program saya. Jadi saya harap pelajar-pelajar sekalian telah pun bersedia untuk menduduki peperiksaan PSPM pada minggu hadapan ya. Okey. Tanpa membuang masa, saya menjemput saudara Irfan untuk memulakan bacaan doa. Dipersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajmain. Allahumma ftah alaina hikmataka shul alaina min khazani rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Ya Allah, terangkan hati kami untuk menuntut ilmu pada pagi ini. Mudahkan kami untuk menguasai tajuk-tajuk yang diajar pada pagi ini. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wasallam. Walhamdulillahil alamin.
Okey, terima kasih saudara Irfan. Jadi saudara Irfan ni adalah ketua kuliah saya ya. Okey. Sebentar lagi saya akan memulakan my presentation. So kepada semua pelajar, sebelum saya memulakan my presentation, bersedia untuk mendapat maklumat yang akan merubah keputusan kamu lah, skor A kan. Jadi untuk mendapatkan skor A. Jadi sebelum memulakan saya punya presentation, saya nak tengok sekejap ya, tengok komen. Okay. Hi, good morning teacher. Hasanah, Assalamualaikum Puan. Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi. Okey, Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi. Okey. Jadi, sudah ya, kita nak start dah ni. Okey, sebelum saya mulakan my presentation, I hope all the students should you subscribe my channel because I have produced about 40 videos for AA015. So kalau kamu subscribe my channel, kamu tidak akan termiss any new videos from me. You will get new notification from YouTube. Setiap kali saya produce my video, you will get notification from YouTube. Okay? Don't forget to subscribe the red button. Okay, now kita nak mula sebentar lagi. Are you ready with me? Hopefully that you are ready for the presentation. Okay. Saudara Irfan dan Nick, can you see my presentation?
Boleh Puan.
Alright, thank you. Okay. The topic for today, live, how to score A in accounting subject. So this topic or this presentation, I just want to help you how to maximum your marks and to minimum your mistake. That is my function or my objective. Hope that you can listen carefully and try to minimize your mistake when you answer the answer for AA015. So I just want to focus with topic 6, accounting for cash. So the subtopic is bank reconciliation statement. I just want to tell you this is the most easiest question. Easy to get full mark. So make sure you try to get full mark for this part. Okay, I will show you. Wait, nak pakai laser pointer. Okay, this one easy to get full mark for this question. Okay, this is the common step that you have to follow. Step in preparation of bank reconciliation. The step one, you have to compare the opening and the closing balance. That is normal. Number two, you must compare the debit item with the credit item. That is the common step you have to follow. Number three, you must compare the credit item with the debit item of bank statement. This one for credit item, cash book. So you must remember the step. The step number four determine whether there are errors in the cash book. Okay, I just want to tell you the step number four. There is the common mistake made by the student. That is common. Okay, and number five, you can set up bank reconciliation. Okay, this is the technique of answering the question. First step, you compare cash book and bank statement. That is common step that you have to prepare. And when the adjusted balance of bank statement equals to the adjusted balance of cash book, the student have done well. So that means the student get full mark for your bank reconciliation. But if you cannot get the equals amount, don't worry. I give you a step. You have to check what is your mistake. Okay, always check at cash book section. That one is very important. Especially you must check for non-sufficient fund, and you also must check the error. There are a few types of error. That is the common mistake made by the student. So you must apply 2M. Minimum your mistake, maximum your marks. Okay. When prepare adjusted of journal entry. Okay, this one, some of you try to prepare the journal entry, but you must separate. You must record the journal entry separately to reduce the mistake. Okay. Okay, this I will show you. This is the cash book. You have to compare the debit side of cash book with the credit side of bank statement. And this one is the condition where you have record in the cash book but not in the bank statement. So this one we call deposit in transit. This one is non-sufficient fund. You look at the question. Okay, the next one you have to compare. First you must look at the balance. And then you have to compare the credit side of cash book with the debit side of bank statement. So this one is an error. Okay, this one I put cross to show that there are there is not recorded in the bank statement but record in cash book. That one we call outstanding check. So you can find out this is an error incurred in the additional information. Okay, this red color, the number of checks represent for previous month. So we just ignore. And this one record in the bank statement, these numbers, but not recorded in the cash book. So this is debit side. It means that we make a payment. And this one, credit side, that means in the bank statement we have received check, but not recorded in the cash book. Okay, what is the issue? What is the common mistake? Okay, you must read the additional information from the question. Check issued this number to some mart stores recorded with the wrong amount. So it means that there are error in the cash book section. So you must check your cash book section in the bank reconciliation. And this one is insufficient fund, refer to non-sufficient fund. Normally, the bank statement always record correctly. All the entries on the bank statement are correct. So the mistake always in the cash book because we record manually. Okay. Okay. This is the part of bank statement section. Okay. Normally, the students are able to prepare deposit in transit and outstanding check in full mark. Normally the student able to prepare bank statement section. This one we call bank statement section. Normally the student got full mark for this part. Very easy. But what is the problem? The problem is most, not all, yeah, a few students make a mistake in the cash book section. This one is very important. Check your answer. When you cannot get the adjustment bank statement not equals to adjustment cash book, you must check your cash book section, especially for error and non-sufficient fund. And the student able to record dividend, book, book bank charges, bank service charges. Normally the student able to record incorrect, but the error. So you must know what types of error in the question. Okay, I give you the types of error that you must really understand. Check your answer. Okay, this is the table where the actual amount recorded in the bank statement. This one is the actual amount that recorded in the bank statement, but there are errors in the cash book. So you have to compare the bank statement with cash book. For example, bank statement record 500, but the cash book in the debit side record only 50 ringgit. That one we call receipt understated. What should you do? This is the answer in the bank reconciliation. You must record this amount. For example, number one, this one we call understated in the cash book in the debit side. What should you do? We must add cash book under bank reconciliation. This one, cash book section. Number two, you can compare debit cash book 550, but the correct amount in the bank statement only 500. What should you do? This one we call receipt overstated. We have received more than what we should receive. Okay, we have to, what should you do in the bank reconciliation cash book section? You have to deduct the amount. Same this one. This is the credit side cash book. We have paid 70, but the actual amount 700. So this one we call payment understated. What should you do in the cash book section? Less RM 630. How do you get this amount? 700 less 70. So you got the amount 630. And the last one, you must compare. The actual amount is 700. We have paid more in the cash book, 770. What should you do? You must add back in the cash book section. So this is the answer. You should give the answer in the bank reconciliation the correct amount. So this one we call types of error, either overstated or understated. Make sure you really understand. And when you want to record the journal entry, this one is a debit. That means we receive from account receivable, or sometimes we receive cash sale, check sale, depends on the commission, depends on the question, or dividend. So I just put account receivable because debit we should receive from account receivable. And this one, number 3 and 4, we make a payment to account payable. Depends on the question. Sometimes we pay for insurance expenses. So you must look at the question carefully. So if you make a mistake, check your answer for types of error. Okay, another error. That one we call reversal error. Hope that you have find this mistake, or you have prepared the answer and you will find this type of error when you answer the question for PSPM. This is the common error. For example, receive check from customer 200 are recorded as payment. So That one we call reversal error. You should record in the debit side of cash book, but the mistake have made. You have record in the credit side. What should you do? You must double the amount. The first amount, you want to cancel the error. The second amount, 200, you want to record the correct error. So you must double the amount. Debit bank 400, credit account receivable. Check your answer. The error, the one we call reversal error, because the error had been made in the wrong side of the account. Okay, this type, the journal entry, you have to prepare the journal entry. I think most of the students able to answer for dividend revenue. This one is an error. Relate to account payable. So you check your answer whether it relates to account payable, insurance, receivable. So you must check the question. And this one, all the students able to answer the question, able to prepare the journal entry for checkbook charges and for bank service charges. Okay, non-sufficient fund. Most of the students understand what is meant by non-sufficient fund. It relates to account receivable. So when you want to record in the at the journal entry, you must debit account receivable and credit bank. Why we have to credit bank? Because we refund the check to the customers. So you check your answer. After you check your answer, then you will get full mark where adjusted cash book equals to adjusted bank statement. Okay, now we go on to topic 7. I just focus for subtopic percentage of account receivable only. This is not the spot question, ya. Nanti ingatkan spot question. No, because I think this is the most difficult topic, subtopic that the student common make a mistake for this part. Okay, there are techniques of answering the question. Okay, the first one, this is the main point. Calculate balance carry forward account receivable. Don't make a mistake for this part. If you make a mistake for the first step, your answer for the following step will go wrong. So you must open account receivable to record all transactions. So you just bear in mind this one, record all transactions that relate to account receivable. You must look at the question carefully. Number 2, after you calculate the account receivable, the next step you must calculate the percentage of balance account receivable to get balance carry forward AFDD. The third one, you have to open AFDD account to calculate bad debts expenses. So this is the missing figure in AFDD account. And the last one, you must record bad debts expenses in the adjusted journal entry. So check your answer carefully. If you make a mistake. Okay, take note. If you calculate the balance carry forward account receivable wrongly, the following step will also get wrong answer. Okay, okay, this is the technique of answering the question. This one, just now I repeat, if you calculate the of balance carry forward of account receivable wrongly, the following step will also get wrong. You can see the flow of calculating bad debt. You can see the flow. If you get correct amount for balance carry forward of account receivable, your answer for balance carry forward AFDD will correct, and your bad debts also correct, and your adjusted journal entry correct. then you get full mark. But if you make a mistake for balance carry forward, account receivable, this one that means you have made a mistake. The second step also you will make a mistake. The third step, you have to calculate the missing figure, bad debts. In AFDD account, you will also make a mistake. And the last one, you will also make a mistake. Very dangerous. Okay. Macam apa? Sudah jatuh ditimpa apa Irfan?
Ditimpa tangga.
Ditimpa tangga, sudah jatuh ditimpa tangga. Zaman moden ni dah tak ada tangga, sudah jatuh ditimpa escalator.
Escalator.
Right. Okay, so the conclusion, check all the transaction that relate to account receivable. Okay. What types of transaction that relates to account receivable? Check your answer and check the question. Normally, the question will give you sales on credit. So you must write down the correct double entry. Debit, account receivable, credit, sale. So very important for you record the correct double entry system. Number 2, sales return. Debit, sales return, and credit account receivable. Make sure you record in the credit side. Sales discount, you must record in the credit side of account receivable. Okay, number 4, cash received from customer, debit cash. So you have to record in the credit side of account receivable. Okay, number 5. Number 5. This one, a few students make a common mistake. Write off account receivable. And maybe my student pun make a mistake. Normally they will write down debit, bad debt, credit, account receivable. No, if you are using allowance method, debit AFDD, credit account receivable. When you are using allowance method, just now we are using percentage of account receivable. That one we are using allowance method. Okay, not write-off method. Very important for you to differentiate between allowance method and write-off method. And the last one, bad debts recovery under allowance method, debit account receivable, credit AFDD. This one is under allowance method, and this one is under write-off method. And this one we open account receivable, so debit account receivable, and after make up you receive cash from account receivable, and another set of double entry, debit cash, credit account receivable. So check your answer for account receivable. If you record all the transaction correctly, then your answer for percentage of account receivable will get full mark. I just want to help you to minimize the mistake and to maximum your mark so that you can score A for your account. Okay, this the example, you can see the example. This is the balance for account receivable and for allowance for doubtful debt. So you can see the balance AFDD. So that means we are, or the company is applying allowance method. So when apply allowance method for write-off account receivable, debit AFDD, credit account receivable, not debit bad debt. Wrong. You are wrong. So this one is the common question, credit sale, and then receipt from account receivable and write off account receivable. So we have 3 transactions for account receivable. You must check how many transactions that incurred or relate to account receivable. So this one you have 3 transactions. So we are applying 5% of account receivable. Okay, you are required to record the transaction and to record journal entry. Okay, this is the transaction. Just now, you find out there are three transactions that relates to account receivable. Number one, debit account receivable 26,000, credit sale. This one represent for credit sale 26,000. And this one common question, debit cash credit. And for this part, check your answer. We are using allowance method. The answer is debit AFDD, credit account receivable. This is the correct answer. You see, debit AFDD, credit account receivable. But if you write down debit bad debt expenses, credit account receivable, your answer is wrong. This one write off method, but we are using allowance method. So the answer for allowance method, debit AFDD, credit account receivable. So check your answer. This one answer. Okay, this one you have to prepare account receivable. Why? Because this is the main point. You must correct. You must give the correct answer for balance carry forward for account receivable. So as usual, you must prepare, open account receivable, record the opening and the transaction. There are three transactions just now, and you find out the balance carry forward. Make sure balance carry forward of account receivable is correct. I repeat, yeah, if you want to get full mark for account receivable, make sure the balance carry forward of account receivable is correct because we want to use this figure to calculate balance CFAFDD. So balance carry forward for AFDD. AFDD stand for allowance for doubtful debt. So you got 5,125. We are estimate based on 5% based on percentage of account receivable. So very important. Now, after you prepare the calculation for balance carry forward, you have to open allowance for doubtful debt. Why? Because we want to calculate bad debt expenses. And you must check your answer. This one is the missing figure. So you check the answer, you must write down for AFDD correctly. The balance brought forward, the transaction incurred. This one represent for write off account receivable or write off bad debt. So this is the missing figure. Check your answer. And this one, the amount you must record in the adjusted journal entry. So if your balance carry forward for account receivable correct, I think your mark will get maximum. Okay, sometimes the question asks you to prepare financial position statement extract. Extract that means we just focus on current asset. For account receivable, this amount we get from balance carry forward 102,500 less AFDD from carry forward or brought forward also carry forward the ending. So you got net realizable value. Some question ask you to prepare financial position. This one under current asset. Hope that you can get full mark for this part. This is not the sports question. I said just now, this is the most difficult for the student to get full mark for percentage of account receivable. Okay, topic 8. Okay, topic 8 is very easy for the student to get full mark. And at the same time, it is very easy for the student to lose your marks. Okay, but if you know the step and you understand how to calculate this question, you don't have the problem to get full mark. Okay, how to get full mark? You must avoid make any mistake. FIFO method. First in, first out. You must always start with the beginning inventory cost. This is the oldest price or the earliest price. Always start with the beginning inventory. Whereas underweighted average cost start with the beginning inventory cost and you must focus on COGAP. COGAP represent for cost of goods available for sale. You must calculate cost of goods available for sale in RM divided by cost of goods available for sale in unit. So under perpetual inventory system, normally, no, not normally, we must prepare the table that consists of date. The date, you must record the date in order. In order that chronologically, the purchase column, cost of goods sold column, and the balance of inventory in the store. The balance of inventory, that means the balance of stock in the store. So make sure you write down the correct amount. Okay, you must record the transaction in order. In order, that means you must use the date in order and continuously. Okay, under periodic inventory system, the FIFO method, we must calculate the ending inventory unit. We must start with ending inventory unit and cost. And this is the newest price. You can see the difference. We are using the newest price under FIFO when calculate the ending inventory unit, but we are using the oldest price when using perpetual. We start from the beginning. Okay, under weighted average cost, you must calculate the ending inventory unit also, but you must focus on COGA. COGA, cost of goods available for sale in RM divided cost of goods available for sale in unit. And the value of average cost per unit normally in two decimal point. Okay, two decimal point, very important. Not using the calculator, and then you got the long amount. No, you must use two decimal point. Because other students ask me, they are using the calculator and then they get the amount, the long answer. And I repeat, you must use two decimal point. Okay, you are very easy to get full mark, but you must start with the beginning balance. Always start with the beginning balance of inventory. And then you have the record for purchase. You must have record the cost. If you record the beginning balance correct, the purchase also correct, and the cost of goods sold should be correct because you take the correct price. And the ending balance also correct, and the gross profit also correct. But very dangerous. The situation incurred where the student didn't notice the beginning balance because the beginning balance of inventory are in the sentence, not in the list. Some students, they are eager to answer the question, but they didn't notice the beginning balance in the sentence. So they just look at the list of purchase and sale. So they left for beginning balance. So they have made a mistake for beginning balance, and the cost of goods sold also they have made a mistake. The ending balance also wrong, and the gross profit also wrong because they forgot to record beginning balance. So make sure you check the answer and the question carefully. Okay, this is the table. You must memorize. Start from the date. You must record in order. The date in order, not jam-jam one. Yeah. And this one, you must start with the beginning inventory. Normally, the beginning inventory recorded in the sentence. You must read the sentence. Okay. Okay, this one, the total for cost of goods. So you have to add all cost of goods sold. Then you get the total for cost of goods sold. And this is the latest price. Can you see the difference? This one, you are using the earliest price, and ending inventory, the latest price. Make sure you memorize this table for perpetual. And this one, for periodic, we must start with ending inventory unit. This is the formula you have to calculate. And the ending inventory unit, beginning, also start with the beginning plus purchase less sale. You got the answer in unit, and ending unit times cost per unit. Okay, the cost you must refer to the latest price. If for FIFO lah, yeah, that one for FIFO. And then you can calculate cost of goods. So this is the formula. Make sure you memorize the formula. And the last step, you must calculate gross profit, sales less cost of goods sold. Sometimes the question asks you whether which one is more profitable, which one the tax is higher. So you must know based on the question. Okay, this is the example of the question. You can see this one is beginning inventory. The student normally they read only this part. They forgot to see the beginning inventory because the beginning inventory in the sentence, not in the list. So make sure you highlight beginning inventory in the question. So if you focus for beginning and then you know the step for all transaction, then you are very easy to get full mark. And one more thing, this one is not the price. This one represent for selling price. So make sure this one is selling price. When you want to sell the product, you must follow the FIFO or average method. You must kalau FIFO, we must take the oldest price. Okay, this is the example how to prepare the answer. Okay, you must record in order the date. Sometimes the question give the list of purchase. After that, they give the list of sales below. Then you have to arrange the item, the transaction in order. So you must look at the question carefully. Okay, this one is the earliest price. Make sure you record the beginning first. Just now I told you the beginning inventory in the sentence, not in the list. So make sure you write down the beginning first. Okay, as usual, this balance is very important for you. You must choose the correct price. For FIFO method, you must take the oldest price or the earliest price. And for the ending, you must take the latest price. I think most of the students able to answer for FIFO method. And normally, the student will get full mark for FIFO method. But make sure you highlight for the beginning inventory. Okay. So this is the ending inventory. You just take the last part that not sold yet. And this one cost of goods sold. And this is the formula for sale given the selling price times the unit, and how to calculate gross profit, sale less cost of goods sold. So the cost of goods sold refer to this column. Okay. Okay, this one. Maybe a few students will make a mistake because they have to calculate COGAF. You have the formula to calculate COGAF. Every time when the company purchase new inventory, so that means there are two prices, 2 ringgit and 2.2 ringgit 20 cent. So you must calculate average price. There are two prices here, RM2 ringgit, RM2 and RM2.20. So you should use the COGAF formula. COGAF RM divided by COGAF unit. You get the answer. You must know how to calculate cost of COGAF, the balance COGAF. This one we call COGAF, the balance COGAF. COGAF from previous date less cost of goods sold, then you get this amount. Okay, okay. Now you look at this one. When you purchase another inventory, you have to calculate average cost per unit because there are two prices, RM 2.11 and RM 2.40. So you must calculate using COGAF. And another one, you purchase another inventory, again, you have to calculate for weighted average cost per unit. And last one, you add all this one, then you got cost of goods sold. And this one, the last part represent for ending inventory. Okay, for this question, some of the students make a mistake for COCAF because they are using calculator. And sometimes they are using the amount on the calculator. Okay, this is the common mistake made by the student, not all the student, a few only, because you are very good in calculation. Most of the student, when you want to calculate COGAF, that means COGAF RM divided by COGAF unit. The answer should be RM 2.11. This is the correct answer. You must take 2 decimal point. And a few students ask me, teacher, I got this amount in the calculator. Yes, you can get the amount in the calculator, but when you calculate the amount for cost of goods sold or for weighted average cost per unit, you must take 2 decimal point. Teacher, I want to get this amount, not enough, only 2 point. No, the answer you must take 2 decimal point. Depends on the question. Okay. Okay, another one. So this is the correct one. You must take 2.11. In the calculator, 2.1099999. Don't forget, don't take this amount. Just take 2 decimal point. Okay, another one. You look at January 15. You have to calculate COGAF in the balance column. Okay, the balance column, 1,000 times RN 2.11. This is the correct amount. This one dummy only, dummy only. We just get the amount. How to get this amount? 2108. Okay, this one, COGAF less cost of goods sold. I repeat, this one, cost of available for sale, COGAF RM less, because we sold the product, less cost of goods sold, then you got this amount. This is correct. But if you are using the calculator, 1,000 times 2.11, you get this answer. This one is the mathematic part. We are not applying the mathematic part. We are applying accounting concept. The accounting concept, you must take the COGAF less cost of goods sold. So this one, mathematic part. So your answer is wrong. If you are applying using the calculator, we are not using the calculator. We are using this working. All right. So make sure you check your answer carefully, especially for weighted average. Okay, this is the format. This is the common answer for periodic system. You have to compute the ending. Okay, this one we start with the ending inventory. And you must know the formula, beginning inventory plus purchase unit less sales. And then you got a total. And then, okay, this part, you must be very careful for this part. We must take the newest price because this one is ending inventory. Okay, so you take the newest price, not enough, then you take another price, 2.40. So you got the ending. This is the second step. You calculate for ending inventory cost. After that, you have to calculate cost of goods sold. You should know the formula, and I assume that all of you can prepare this answer where? Beginning inventory plus purchase less ending inventory. That is common question for cost of goods. And you have done for chapter 3, how to calculate cost of goods sold. And for this one, you don't have the problem because we have applied for chapter 3, how to calculate gross profit, sales less cost of goods sold. But the most problem is this part. Make sure you take the correct price, the newest price for FIFO. Okay, this one under weighted average. Again, you still have to use the same step to calculate inventory unit. After that, you have to calculate average cost per unit. COGAF RM divided by COGAF unit. Then you got the answer 2.299 something something. So you just take 2 decimal point only, not using the calculator. They say 2.22222, and then you times 1100. That is wrong. You must change the amount into 2 decimal point. Very important, this one. Okay. After that, you have to follow the next step, calculate cost of goods sold. And the last one, calculate gross profit. So I think you can get full mark for this part, but you must be very careful when you calculate for average cost per unit. If you make a mistake for this part, it will give an effect for COGS and also give the effect for gross profit. Now, topic 9. Topic 9, accounting for non-current asset. Some of the students said this one is the most difficult topic. No, actually this one is very easy. Okay, I just want to show you subtopic how to calculate the basic one. Depreciation. This one is the basic part. You must really understand how to calculate depreciation because this is the main subtopic for non-current asset. And the second one, if you understand for the first one, normally you are able to answer for the second one, trade in fixed asset. Okay, this format, these rules or this principle, you must really understand, especially when you want to purchase the fixed asset and then you have to calculate the date. If the date of the month incurred for this date, you must calculate full month. This one I have taught you from previous lesson last week, so you should know how to calculate. I just want to inform you this one. This format is very important for you to understand. This one for yearly basis, you must really understand. For purchasing, you must calculate full year 2019 you are purchasing, and for selling 2020. So no depreciation for 2020 because we exclude the year of selling. All right, you must really understand for this principle before you answer the question. Okay. Okay, this is the technique of answering the question. Okay, you must identify the date of purchase. Why? Because we want to calculate depreciation. You have to identify the date of disposal. Why? Because we want to calculate accumulated depreciation. This one you want to identify the date of accounting period. Why? Because we want to calculate depreciation and we must record in the financial statement, in the statement of income and financial position. Number 4, you must identify the cost of fixed asset, including capital expenditure. Capital expenditure will increase the life of asset, but you must not include revenue expenditure. You must know the difference between capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. You must the next one, residual value, useful life rate, and method. We are using only two methods, either straight line method or reducing balance method. This one, yearly basis or monthly basis. Okay, this one is the basic calculation for depreciation. You must really understand how to calculate depreciation. So this is the date of purchase, the cost of machine, and this is the installation cost. This one we call capital expenditure. So you must calculate the total cost machine, the cost in invoice plus installation cost. The value, residual value 10,000 and useful life 10 years. Which method you should apply? This one we are using straight line method. Okay, accounting period ended every 31st December. So you must identify this one is the accounting period. We have to calculate depreciation every year because we want to prepare the financial statement. Okay, this is how to calculate depreciation. Year ended 31st December. Adjusted journal entry. Okay, this one you must be able to prepare depreciation expense account. Just now I told you this is the basic preparation for depreciation. You must be able to open accumulated depreciation account and you must be able to prepare financial position statement extract. This one is non-current asset. You must record the asset with accumulated depreciation. Okay, this is the answer, basic answer. You must calculate depreciation. And then you record debit depreciation, credit, accumulated depreciation. This is the basic calculation for depreciation. And you must check the total cost for machine. Cost plus installation cost. Installation cost is capital expenditure. You must add in the total cost. Okay, you must able to prepare the accumulated depreciation. So this is the transaction, debit depreciation, credit accumulated depreciation, and you have to close the account because we want to record the balance carry forward in the financial position. And this is the depreciation. You must able to record depreciation account and we must record in the income statement. And you must able to prepare financial position statement, just non-current part. This is the part balance carry forward. No, the cost less the accumulated depreciation. Then you got the amount. This one book value. Okay, this is another question. Okay, trade in fixed asset is part of the question in PSPM. You must study the question carefully. You must identify the date of purchase, the date of disposal, the list of old machine for date, cost, residual, depreciation, and you are applying reducing balance method. And you must know what basis. So this is the basis. You are using monthly basis. And this one trade in value. So you must identify the item that given in the question. So this one is very important. The year ending 31st December. Okay, this one trade in fixed asset with another fixed asset. Actually, you can get full mark for this question because you can compare your answer in calculation with the journal entry. You can get full mark. when you prepare the journal entry. Okay, look at this one. You are required to prepare the journal entry 5th of July. This is the date of disposal for old machine, and at the same time this is the date of purchase for new machine. Okay, this one we just calculate for new machine only. Okay, this one is the company are using reducing balance method. You must prepare the schedule. I repeat, you must prepare the answer by using the schedule. Very important for you to calculate the book value, the depreciation, and the accumulated depreciation. Okay, you can see, and I repeat, you must prepare the answer for reducing balance method in the schedule. So based on monthly, half year, or only 6 months, and this one you calculate. So this one, half month, first one you must use cost, not book value, cost, not less residual, just cost, and then times 20%, you got the depreciation. So cost less accumulated depreciation, you got book value. This book value you must take the amount and calculate the depreciation expense for the next year. That means 2017. Again, you got the amount and you got accumulated depreciation. Then you have to calculate book value cost less accumulated depreciation, you got book value, and so on. And this is the last one. You must calculate the date of disposal for depreciation. This is the amount for depreciation, and this is the accumulated depreciation. Because when you want to dispose all machine, you must remove the accumulated depreciation. And this amount, we need this amount when you are applying using the calculation. Okay, check your answer. You can check your answer by using calculation. You must calculate first and you get the amount 1632. You must compare trade-in value given in the question, compare with book value. Just now you calculate based on the schedule. Then you get gain on disposal. Check your answer. So gain on disposal, you can get by using calculation, and you can get the answer for gain on disposal by using journal entry. The question asks you to prepare journal entry. And this is the step for preparing the journal entry. First one, you must remove all fixed asset. Number two, remove accumulated depreciation for all asset credit side. This one you must record in this one credit side. This one you must record in the debit side. Contra. The asset must contra with the accumulated depreciation. And then the third one, you must add new fixed asset. It will increase the amount of fixed asset, debit fixed asset. And then we have to make a payment in order to get the new asset. So cost of new asset less trade in value. You must follow the step in order to calculate gain or loss from the journal entry. Then the missing figure, if in the credit side, that one gain on disposal. In the debit side, loss on disposal. So I repeat, you can check your answer. Just now you are using the calculation. You got 1632. And you can apply by using journal entry. Or you can get the answer by using the journal entry. You must follow the step. The first one, credit or remove all machines. So you have to record in credit side. The second one, you remove accumulated depreciation of all machine. So you must record in the debit side. The third one, we must add the new machine. So we got debit side. The fourth one, we make a payment for cash because you want to get the new machine, and you will find the missing figure here, 1632. The debit side is bigger than the credit side. So you got the answer. So if you use calculation, you got 1632, and at the same time you are using the journal entry, follow the step, and the answer is the same 1632. That is the chances for you to get full mark for your journal entry. Okay, this one is using reducing balance method. You must prepare the schedule so that you can minimum your mistake. Okay. Okay, this one for all. Just now, oh, this one for new. We are using monthly basis. You must calculate 6 months out of 12 months times 30,000, the cost times 20%. Then you got 3,000. This is the common, this is the common answer, the common exercise that you have done in the class, right? Okay, this is for new machine at the end of the accounting period. Okay, now topic 10, short-term note. I just focus on short-term notes payable only because I want to show you there is the common mistake made by the student for interest. Okay, you listen carefully. This is not the spot question, okay? This one, I just want to show you, and I want you to get more marks for this part. To minimum your mistake, to maximum your mark, 2M. I want to help you by using 2M. Maximum your marks and minimum your mistake. Okay, you can calculate using either days based on 365 days or months. This one is short-term notes payable. Okay, you see, I give you one example. Borrow 20,000 from a Royal Bank and sign a promissory note on 1st May 2020. This one, the date of issuance. And this one, 90 days. The last day, 90 days, we have to pay the interest and notes payable. And this is the rate, 12%. And the accounting period ended every 30th June. Okay, so you are required to record the journal entry to record the journal entry, the date of issuance. Okay, for the first one, number one, most of the students get full mark for this part. Very easy for this part. The second one, yes, this one, the common mistake. A few students make a mistake for this part because this is the ending accounting period. And the last part, also the interest. The student make a common mistake for interest. Okay, this is the table. You must understand the table. I have prepared for you. The table you must calculate based on days. So 1st May until 31st May, this is 31st days. 30th June is the date of accounting period. You must recognize expense recognition. So that means this is the date where there is interest expenses incurred but not yet paid. So interest debit interest expense, credit interest payable. Because at this date, the expenses not paid yet. Okay, this one the date of issuance. This one the date of maturity. This one, yeah, maturity dates. And this one you have to calculate the interest separately because this one represent interest expense, debit and credit interest payable. And this one represent interest expense, debit, credit, cash. So you must know how to record the 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 date for maturity date. You must identify the date, maturity date. You must identify the accounting period and the issue. You must know how to calculate the interest. Must calculate separately. Okay, this is the journal entry. Number one, okay, this one common. Most of the students able to answer this part. Very good. Excellent. You really understand the transaction. But you must be very careful when you want to record the interest expense on 30th June. This is the accounting period. We must recognize the interest expense, but the interest expense not yet paid. So debit interest expense, credit interest payable. Just now, based on the table, there are 61 days divided by 365 days times 20,000, the principal times 12%. Then you got the answer RM 401.10. Check your answer. You must calculate for interest expense, and this is the double entry system at the end of accounting period. Minimize your mistake and maximum your marks. Okay, this is the dates of maturity. You can see notes payable, you want to pay notes payable in the debit side because we want to pay, so it will reduce the amount our obligation. This one we will reduce our obligation. This one also reduce our obligation. Okay, debit notes payable, debit interest expense. This is the calculation 190.68. You have to calculate from 1st July until 29th of July. So this is the amount. And you must calculate separately because this one represent for interest payable, this one interest. This is the correct answer. You calculate separately on 30th of June. That one is the date of maturity and on the date of accounting period. And if you combine the days 90 over 365, then your answer is wrong. You combine the answer 591.78 and then you write down interest expense. Your answer is wrong. Check your answer based on the accounting period. And for this one, you must record the maturity date accurately. You must prepare the schedule. Just now I show you how to calculate the maturity date. Okay, the second one, this one based on monthly. Short-term notes, still short-term notes, but we are calculating the interest based on month. So the ending period 31st December. Okay, you have to record the date of issuance and the interest expense at 31st December. This one is the accounting period. You must record interest payable. That means we must apply expense recognition where we have to record the interest expense but not paid yet. Okay, this one 1st December until 31st December, 2 months. This one the issuance date. This one the accounting period, and this one we must recognize. We must make an adjustment for interest, debit interest expense, credit interest payable, and this one 3 months. We have to calculate another interest, debit interest expense, credit cash. And this is the maturity date. Okay, as usual, most of the students able to record the transaction for dates of issuance. But the student maybe make a mistake, but not all, maybe a one or two student. So try to minimize your mistake and maximum your marks. So this is the date for accounting period. You have to calculate 2 months only. 2 months out of 12 months. You must know 6% represent for per annum. So you just calculate, then you get the answer debit interest, 100 credit interest payable. Check your answer. And this is the last part that most of the, not all, maybe one or two students confuse how to calculate this interest expense. You must calculate separately. This is the answer. But if you combine the answer, 5 months out of 12 months, you write down 250 for interest expense, your answer is wrong. You must calculate separately. Okay, this is the date of maturity. So I hope that you can get full mark for your interest expense. Okay, now this is the last topic. Okay, for the last topic, most of the student able to get full mark, but you must be very careful because you have to prepare a lot of analysis. Okay, I will not show you how to prepare the account receivable. I just show you the step, the technique of answering the question. So you must reconstruct the general ledger. General ledger, that means the accounts, account receivable, account payable, cash book. Okay, you must know in the cash book there is beginning balance, ending balance, cash receipt, cash payment. You must make an adjustment for expense account including expense payable, prepaid expense. And for revenue, you must make an adjustment for the revenue, receivable, and unearned revenue. And non-current asset, you must make an analysis, compare the beginning and ending to calculate depreciation, or you must look at the additional information. Okay, the technique of answering the question. You must identify the beginning balance of assets and liabilities. Why? Because you want to calculate the opening capital. You must identify the ending balance of asset liability because you want to record in the financial position. You must make an analysis of cash book, the beginning, the ending balance. Okay, normally the ending balance, you have to calculate the ending balance. What is the formula? Beginning plus cash receipt less cash payment. And then you must make an analysis for additional information. Okay, this is the step of preparing financial statement. So the best point is when you prepare the financial position, when the your answer total asset equals to liabilities plus owner's equity, then the balance answer, I mean the equation is correct, then your answer, you will get full mark for your answer when your financial position correct. Okay, this is the step. Credit sale, you must open account receivable, you must open for account payable, you must open expenses to calculate the current expenses, payable, prepaid expenses. Okay, you want to calculate current revenue, you must open revenue receivable. Revenue receivable is asset and unearned revenue. That one is liability. You have to calculate drawing, you have to calculate depreciation, calculate bad debts, and using the formula, calculate opening capital, and then you must prepare the statement of comprehensive income and financial position. Okay, this is the list that you must check. When you prepare account receivable, you must record in the statement of income, credit sales, sales return, sales discount, bad debt. This one you record in the account receivable. And the financial position, the balance CF. Account payable also, you do the same thing. There are a few items that must record in the statement of income and the balance CF, you must record in the financial position. Adjustment of expenses, you must record the current expenses in the statement of income, and then you must record the expense payable. This one is liability. This one is asset, prepaid expenses. You must take the ending balance. Okay, same with this one. Current revenue, record in the statement. This one you must record financial position, depreciation in the statement of income. This one in the financial position. Okay, bad debt write off we have record in the account receivable. Drawing of goods you must record in the statement of income. It will reduce the amount of purchase, and drawing you must record in the financial position. Okay, this one cash book. Normally, for the ending balance for cash book, you have to calculate what is the formula. Beginning balance plus cash receipt less cash payment. Then you get the balance for cash book. Okay, this one you must record in the cash book, cash receipt, cash payment, and then cash book. This one represent for balance CF. Okay, you must record statement of income for the expenses. This one for revenue. Okay, you must identify the beginning balance and ending balance because you want to calculate opening capital. Okay, opening capital in the for the asset and liabilities. Okay, the list. Okay, the beginning. Okay, this one you calculate the drawing. The drawing represent for drawing of goods and cash. You must record in the financial position. This is the analysis. Okay. Okay. I think the same thing. I just want to show you this is one. You must follow the step. Okay. You will get full mark when your financial position balance. That means the total asset equals to owner's equity plus total liabilities. That means you got full mark. But if your financial position still not balanced, you must check the analysis of the general ledgers, especially for account receivable, account payable, adjustment for prepaid expenses, expense payable, revenue, receivable, and earned revenue. And this one, number 5, don't ever you miss for ending balance because the ending balance not given in the list, but you must find out in the cash book. So make sure you find out, you must calculate the ending balance in the cash book, and then the list, you must check the list of asset. So this one you must check for the second time when your answer for financial position still not balanced. But if balanced, then you get full mark. Okay, this is the example. I not show you. The example, you must follow the format. Start with non-current. The title, you must record in the correct format. And this one, non-current asset, you must calculate for cash ending balance. The formula, this one, beginning plus cash receipt less cash payment. This one is the ending balance you get from the list given in the question. And this one you must compare with the owner's equity plus liability. Is that the same amount? 114,137. And then if you get the answer equals to the total asset equals to the owner's equity and the liabilities, that means your financial position is correct and your working starting from opening capital for the ledgers, general ledgers are correct because this is the ending answer. It will show you that you have done in a proper way. Okay, this one opening balance. Make sure you know how to calculate opening asset, opening liabilities, and make sure you must include opening cash account and bank account that given in the cash book. And then this one you must should know the formula. Okay, conclusion. You must minimize your mistake but maximum your marks. So topic 6, you must focus on bank reconciliation cash book section, especially for types of error. Topic 7, you must focus on balance carry forward account receivable, and you must focus all the transaction recorded in the account receivable. Okay, topic 8, perpetual. 5.4, you must focus on beginning, weighted also beginning, and COGAP, cost of goods available for sale. Periodic inventory, you must focus on ending inventory. We must start with unit. And the cost, you must use the latest one, the newest price for FIFO. Underweighted, you must use COGAP. Make 2 decimal point. When you calculate weighted average cost per unit, you must take 2 decimal point. You must follow the instruction in the question, okay? Okay, for topic 9, you must know how to calculate depreciation based on the table, the principle just now I show you, and you must know how to calculate accumulated depreciation. Topic 10, focus on calculate interest expense and interest payable. And the last one, you must focus on the analysis of all general ledgers. Not all, the certain just now I show you. And the last one, you should able to get financial position full marks. I think that's all for today. Don't forget to visit my channel. Okay, are you still with me, Stefan? All right.
Yes,
Okay,
boy.
all right. Thank you very much. Okay, I just want to show a few comment. Banyak komen ya? Never mind. Okay, I just want to show a few comments only. We start only 5, the last 5. Okay. Okay. Khairul Nabil. Can, madam. Okay, can, madam. That means you are able to score A for your account. Very good. Towi is cute. Thank you, madam. All right. Thank you. Towi is cute. Very cute. You are very cute. So hopefully that you can get A for your account. Faham Puan, terima kasih Puan. Alright, Hasana, hope that you can get A for your account. Shafika, thank you Puan. Okay, hope that you can get full mark for your and the last one. I just read only 5, last 5, yeah? No, nah, hi Cikgu. Okay, hi. Alright, I think that's all for today. And kita tunjuk muka pelajar-pelajar saya ni. Okay, this is my student. Thank you for accompanying me. Dia menolong saya untuk baca doa kan. Jadi saya dah pun habis ya untuk ni, dan saya berharap semua pelajar-pelajar yang tadi tu berakhirlah. Saya harap ia dapat membantu pelajar-pelajar untuk amalkan 2M. 2M ya. 2M tu apa dia? Minimize your mistake and maximum your marks. Okay, itu that one is very important. Every calculation that you have done, you must check what is the common mistake that you have done. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe my channel, Cikgu Yati channel, because every video, new video, when I produce new video, you will get new notification from YouTube. And I will produce more videos. So far, saya dah produce about 40 videos for financial accounting. And next semester, we will start for management accounting. So, saya mohon maaf jika ada sebarang kesilapan, dan saya berdoa, saya restui ilmu yang saya beri tadi, dan saya berharap semua pelajar-pelajar yang menghadiri kelas saya pada pagi ini akan buat yang terbaik for your account subject dan saya doa semua yang hadir pada pagi ini dapat A for your account. Suka tak? Nik, dapat A Nik. Nik, suka tak Nik? Nik ni dengar tak ni? Okey, tak apa. So, saya harap semua pelajar-pelajar kurangkan kesilapan yang ni. Okey, tak apa, kurangkan kesilapan dan saya yakin semua pelajar-pelajar matrikulasi sesi 2020-2021 mampu untuk mendapat A for your account. So, saya rasa setakat itu saja. So, untuk menutup program saya pagi ini, saya menjemput saudara Nik Nik Razmin untuk membaca penutupan doa. Dipersilakan Nik untuk membaca penutupan doa.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asr innal insana lafi khusr illa allazina amanu wa amilus solihat wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Amin.
Okey, amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Jadi saya ucapkan selamat menduduki peperiksaan PSPM sesi 2020-2021 dan saya doakan semua pelajar-pelajar berjaya dengan cemerlang, A for your account and 4 flat for all subject. So, bye semua. Itu saja. Bye semua.